Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. December 31st, 2025. You're scrolling your phone half drunk on hot chocolate or coffee, watching everyone post their 2026 goals, and you are thinking, yeah, you'll figure it out. Sound familiar? Most people do exactly this. They think the new year is a magic reset button, like their life is a video game, and hitting restart will automatically fix everything. But here's the truth. It doesn't. Not for you, not for me, not for anyone scrolling TikTok at 11:59 p.m. wondering why nothing changed all year. Let's be real. How many of us have said, next year, you'll start exercising. Next year, you'll save more money. Next year, you'll finally learn something new. And how many actually did it? Yeah, exactly. You spent 2025 dreaming about 2026 while watching Netflix trailers for shows you'll never watch. And don't get me started on the notifications. You have 10,000 unread emails, but you still think you'll suddenly be organized starting tomorrow. The funny part, everyone around you seems to have it figured out. Your friend posts 2026 time to level up. You think, wow, they're ready, they're planning, I should start too. But then boom, you're back in the scroll comparing yourself to people you don't even know. Feeling that little pang of why isn't my life like that? But here's the secret most people don't get. It's not about being smarter, richer, or luckier than them, no. It's about realizing that most people enter a new year unprepared, clueless, and hoping for magic. Think about global stars today. Take Greta Thunberg, who didn't wait for someone else to solve climate change. She started small with daily action, clarity, and direction. Or Kabila May, the guy who turned the simple idea of reacting to overly complicated life hacks into a worldwide empire. All in his early 20s. Even Emma Chamberlain turning her YouTube vlogs into a global brand by creating small, consistent steps without waiting for a perfect time. See the pattern? They didn't just hope for change. They didn't wake up one morning and magically become global sensations. They acted. They didn't wait for a year to begin. And here's the punch. Most of us are not Kabi, not Emma, not Greta, but we're acting like we're going to magically become them just because the calendar flips. That's why today, right now, I need you to pay attention. Because entering 2026 without direction, without clarity, without a real path, well, it's like stepping into a storm blindfolded, hoping it's a sunny day. And the funny, painful part, you're not alone. Scroll through Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, everyone's ready, but half of them are just posting motivational quotes, pretending they have a plan. You might even be one of them, and that's okay. But if you want to be different, if you want to actually level up, you need to wake up to the truth right now. Because here's what no one tells you. Your future won't wait for your motivation. It won't wait for the perfect day. It won't wait for January 1st. It's coming whether you're ready or not. And most people, they will waste it. So before you scroll one more time, laugh at another TikTok or sip that hot chocolate thinking, you'll start tomorrow. Remember this. The difference between people who actually change their life and those who just dream is awareness. And right now, you're awake. So pay attention because the next step is what separates winners from everyone else. So here's the truth most people ignore. And entering 2026 without a plan is like walking into a war with a water gun. You're moving. You're doing something, but it's not going to matter. And let's be honest, most people's plan is wrong. He'll try harder. He'll figure it out along the way. He'll just wake up motivated one day. And we all know how that works exactly 0% of the time. A plan doesn't have to be complicated. That's not a 50-page PDF with charts, timelines, and a personal coach in every chapter. A plan is simply knowing what you want, knowing the steps to get there, and taking action. Consistently. Think about Alexandra Spencer, the YouTube sensation who grew from 0 to millions of followers in just a few years. She didn't stumble into fame. She mapped out her content, experimented with trends, tracked what worked, and adjusted constantly. Every post was part of a plan. even if it didn't feel like it. And the crazy part, she started with nothing but her phone and an idea. Or take Lewis Hamilton in Formula One. Yes, racing, but think broader. His plan isn't just driving fast. He has a whole year's training, mental prep, nutrition and data analysis. Every race, every lap, every practice session is part of the bigger blueprint for the championship. Without that plan, he's shot another guy in a car. Even Stray Kids, the global K-pop group, didn't become worldwide stars by accident. Every album, every tour, every fan interaction was carefully strategized. They had goals, measurable steps, and checkpoints. And yes, they failed sometimes. Shows got cancelled, tracks flopped, but they always adjusted because they had a plan. Here's where most of us mess up. We confuse a wish with a plan. Wish, I want to get fit in 2026. Plan, I'll exercise 30 minutes, 5 days a week, track progress weekly, adjust meals and start January 2nd. See the difference? The wish is sweet and vague. The plan is clear, measurable, and unstoppable if you follow it. And here's the kicker. Your plan doesn't need to be perfect. No one is waiting for you to write the perfect life plan. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. I'll figure it out later. Stop. That later is a trap. Later turns into 2027, and by then all the opportunities you thought you could grab gone. Here's a little joke for you. Imagine walking into a Starbucks in 2026, trying to order your dreams like a latte. Yes, you'll have $1 million success with extra happiness and a side of fame, please. The barista looks at you and says, "Sorry, we only serve people who planned ahead." That's reality. The world doesn't hand out success like freebies. You need a map. Picture this. It's January 2nd, 2026. Everyone is exhausted from the holiday food, the parties, the Netflix binge. They sit down and think, okay, maybe this year I'll do something. Now imagine you. You woke up, skipped the endless scroll of TikTok tutorials, and took one simple step toward your future. Maybe it's walking 30 minutes while the world sleeps. Maybe it's learning one skill. Maybe it's sending that first email to a client. That small step, that's your first move on the board while everyone else is still looking for the rule book. Let me tell you a story. There's this guy, let's call him Leo. He's not famous. He doesn't have 1 million followers yet, but he has a plan. Every night before bed, he writes down one actionable thing he must do the next day. That's it, one thing. On Monday, he posts his first TikTok video. On Tuesday, he tweaks it based on the response. By March, he has got a following. By June, brands are knocking on his door. All because he planned, acted, and adjusted, not because he was lucky. And it's not just social media. Look at Nadia, a 22-year-old coder in Lagos. She decided she wanted to build a career in AI. Instead of waiting for school or a mentor, she planned her learning. One online course at a time, one project a week. 3 months in, she's freelancing globally, working with clients from New York to Singapore. She didn't wait. She didn't wish. She planned and executed. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't have time for all that. I have a life, I can't do everything. Stop. That's the exact excuse that keeps 90% of people average. A real plan doesn't need to be huge. You don't need to revolutionize your life overnight. You just need steps small enough to take today and consistent enough to see results tomorrow. Think about it like this. Imagine 2 people watching the clock tick toward 2026. Person A spends December scrolling social media, dreaming about success. Person B spends 30 minutes mapping out what they'll do in January. January comes. Person A is still scrolling, waiting for motivation. Person B, they're moving. And the crazy part, by March, person B looks back and laughs at all the dreamers, still wishing for a miracle. Let's bring in another real example. Charli D'Amelio. Yes, the TikTok superstar. She didn't just post videos and hope they'd go viral. She and her team analyzed trends, adjusted content, tracked growth. Every post was a small step in a bigger plan. Millions of followers later, she's proof that planning, adjusting, and acting consistently beats luck every single time. Here's the kicker. Your plan doesn't need to be glamorous. You don't need fancy tools, a big budget, or a perfect schedule. The power is in clarity, action, and persistence. Even small daily steps compound. That hour you dedicate today, that 30 minutes of practice, the one message you send to a potential client or collaborator, that's momentum. And momentum beats intention every single time. So here is your challenge for 2026. Don't just say, you'll figure it out. Don't just dream. Pick one small area, your fitness, your learning, your career, your passion, and make a mini plan. One clear, actionable thing you can do tomorrow, then the next day, do it in. Rinse, repeat. By the time everyone else is still making wishes, you're already ahead. Remember this, success isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistent, intentional steps. And that's what separates the people who enter 2026 and crush it from the ones who enter it wondering where the year went. Let's be real for a second. Making a plan is one thing. Sticking to it, that's the battle. Because here's the truth. Your brain is lazy, your comfort zone is sneaky, your excuses are whispering. Just one more TikTok, one more nap, one more pizza slice. Tomorrow will do. And if you're honest, we've all fallen for it. Take Samira, a graphic designer from Dubai. She made a plan to post one design online every day. Day 1, perfect. Day 2, perfect. Day 3, she watched Netflix for 6 hours instead. She called it research. That's human nature. But here's what made her different. She didn't quit. She apologized to herself, got back on track, and by the end of the month she had 30 designs, 5 clients, and a small global following. One slip-up didn't destroy her plan because she treated it like a non-negotiable mission, not a suggestion. Then there is Marcus, a London-based entrepreneur who wanted to launch an online business in 2025. His first excuse, I don't have enough money to advertise. Second excuse, he'll start after New Year. Third excuse, maybe next month after my birthday. You know how that goes. But here's the trick. Marcus wrote down the worst case scenario if he delayed. Suddenly his excuses looked ridiculous. By January he launched, and within 3 months he had his first paying clients. That's the power of reality, checking your excuses. So, how do you actually stick to your plan? Here's the secret formula. Micro steps beat motivation. Motivation is a myth. You can't rely on it. Rely on small daily actions that are easy to do. Even 10 minutes counts. 10 minutes a day compounds into hours by the end of the year. Track progress like a scoreboard. Humans are competitive. Seeing your progress visually keeps you hooked. Make it fun, check off tasks, celebrate many wins. You all start craving that feeling instead of procrastinating. Remove obvious excuses. Don't leave your brain a loophole. Want to exercise in the morning? Put your sneakers by your bed. Want to write every day? Keep your notebook on the desk, open to the first page. Want to learn a skill? Download the app now, not tomorrow. Accountability is magic. Tell someone, post your goals publicly, or find a partner. The fear of embarrassment is a powerful motivator. Nobody wants to be the person who announced they'll change 2026 but disappeared by January 5th. Forgive leap. Don't quit. You will fail. That's normal. The difference is what you do next. One missed day doesn't erase your plan. You start again tomorrow and the next day and the day after. Momentum wins over perfection every time. Think of it this way. The world is a marathon, not a sprint. But most people treat it like a sprint. Start fast, burn out, and collapse before February. The people who win, they pace themselves, follow their plan, and keep showing up no matter what. Here's a mental image for you. Imagine everyone else is on the couch scrolling their phones, binge-watching life away. You're taking one small consistent action today, tomorrow another. By March, you're light years ahead, and you barely had to struggle. Consistency compounds in a way that luck, talent, or inspiration cannot match. So if you're serious about crushing 2026, this is your wake-up call. Stick to the plan, ignore excuses, and treat your daily steps like non-negotiable commitments to your future self. Because every skip step is a gift to someone else who is showing up. And by the end of 2026, you want to be the person who showed up, not the person who wished they had. Close your eyes for a second and imagine it. December 31st, 2026, 1 year from now, you're looking back at the last 365 days. Now picture two people. Person A, they entered 2026 without a plan. They hoped things would happen. They dreamed big but acted small. They made excuses, hit snooze, scrolled social media, binge-watched life and said, it'll start tomorrow. Person B, they entered 2026 with a clear plan. They took one small step daily, adjusted, learned, and showed up even when they didn't feel like it. They had many goals, measurable actions, and momentum on their side. They didn't wait for luck. They didn't wait for motivation. They acted. Fast forward a year. Person A, they are wondering why their life hasn't changed. Their dreams feel farther away than ever. They're still scrolling, still wishing, still hoping. Person B, they're ahead of where they thought they'd be. They're stronger, smarter, more skilled, more confident. They've built habits, connections, and results. Maybe it's a small success. Maybe it's huge. But it's real, tangible, and theirs. Here's the thing. This is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about awareness, action, and accountability. It's about deciding today, right now, that you will not enter 2026 like everyone else, blindly, passively hoping for change. Look at modern global figures. Charlie Dio, Kabi Lame, Greta Thunberg, Emma Chamberlain, none of them were handed success on a silver plate. They had clarity, plans, consistency, and relentless execution. They faced distractions, failures, and critique, but they moved anyway. They didn't wait for the perfect moment, and neither should you. So here's your challenge. Take this moment right now. Not tomorrow, not after the holidays, not next week. Take it today. Make one decision, one actionable step, one commitment to yourself. Write it down, take action, and never look back. Because here's the truth. 2026 is coming. Whether you're ready or not, it will reward the planners, the doers, the consistent, and the relentless. And it will leave behind the dreamers who waited for magic to happen. So don't be average, don't be passive. Don't scroll one more minute hoping for change. Be the person who plans, acts, and dominates their life. Show up, take the step, make the move, and by the end of 2026, look back and smile knowing you owned your year. Remember this, the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves is simple action. One small intentional action every single day. That's it. That's the magic formula. That's how you become unstoppable. And one day when someone asks, how did you do it? You'll simply smile and say, I planned. I acted. I never waited. And I own my future. Thank you for listening.